Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome into a Tuesday morning of packing and answering your questions. Sales are picking up. Sales are picking up. Hopefully, they are for you too. I am not going to leave YouTube and Facebook off today with the chat. My bad yesterday. I just sold an item, so I want to get that out. So let me, good morning. Happy Thursday, J9. Okay, let me go over to Poshmark and get this item, my sales, that I need to print this item since we're here. Might as well. All right. So welcome in, everybody. Thanks for popping in this morning. This is a pair of Prana shorts. They'll be right over here. Should be. They are. It's my hiking bin right here. So that's my hiking bin. We'll talk about these shorts in a little bit. Dad, what's up, Big Sweaty? Dad reminds me of a Slim Shady song from back in the day. All right, good morning, Lucy. Tuesday, my guy. I know, Benji, Tuesday. Don't usually come on Tuesdays, but hey, I'm getting back into schedule. So that's one more Poshmark. Now every day, everybody want to talk. Like, got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move the lips. It's a bunch of gibberish, and everyone talks. I forgot about Dre. Everyone talks. See, I didn't cuss, Dad, and that from Slim Shady, from Eminem. Just trying to quote. All right. So we have 5 Poshmark, 3 Mercari, 8 eBay, which is a total of, how many is that? 11, 16 items. 16 items I sold overnight, which is good. That's 1% of my store, a little bit over. So I'm happy with that. Good morning. All right, let's get into it. Probably not going to spend a ton of time this morning because we got to get to work. We got to take pictures and list stuff. It's the least favorite part about the job. I like shipping and packing better. But first item that we sold. So if you're new here, we're buying, reselling stuff for a profit. That's what I do full time. But really, it was my side hustle for a really, really long time. And that's probably what it is for most people. Full-time teacher is what I was for 13 years. Now I do this full time. I enjoyed my teaching. It just, my career has led me to this. So thanks for popping in. This is a Brooks Brothers double-breasted gold button blazer. So you see, double-breasted will have the buttons on one side and the buttons on the other, not just down the middle. These were outdated. Now they're coming back in style. These are coming back in style. In fact, I remember watching the NFL draft, and at least the first few picks had double-breasted blazers on. So I think they're coming back in. Obviously, it sold for $100. Took a best offer, and I bought it in Chicago, I think for right around like $8. I have to go back and look. But when I fold up a blazer, I fold the buttons in, I fold the sleeves in, and then I roll it. A lot of you guys know that. I'm just re-showing you what I do. But this is going to go out padded flat rate. Let me make sure it's going to the right person. As you know, I get all my inventory out before I get on with you guys, and I just print off all my labels in one mass long sheet. But yeah, that sold for $100. $100. Let me know if you guys pick up blazers. What's up, Tanya? Good morning. Thanks for popping in. How are sales going for everybody? Donna, what's up? Good morning. You guys pick up blazers or no? You guys know it's my least favorite thing to take pictures of and probably list, but the returns are so good. It's really hard for me not to pick up one that will sell for $100. In fact, I always pick those up, even $60. I'm getting a little bit quicker with it. I take fewer measurements than I used to. I don't take like the shoulder to shoulder, but yeah. So 6 into 100. Juliet, good morning. Thanks for popping in. Tanya's still on the hunt for suit supply. You'll find it. You're going to find a linen one. I promise you. Linen and silk. That's what I have. I'm manifesting it for you. You're going to get it. Yes, I love picking up blazers. Let's go. Yeah, blazers, the return is so good. I just hate it. Any blazer recommendations? Suit Supply and J. Crew, Ludlow. But what else? Benjamin, you named 2 that are really good right now. Suit Supply, Ludlow. Another one is Brioni. If you ever find Brioni, sometimes I really don't pick up Canali anymore. Some Zegna suits do well. But yeah, Ludlow, honestly, Suit Supply and Ludlow sell really, really quick for me. If I can find a gold button Burberry blazer, those sell really quick for me too. I find those more often than what you guys probably think. All right, next item. We're doing eBay right now. We're getting back to cleat season. It's coming into fall in soccer. So all those cleats that I bought at that big warehouse sale, I bought like 130 or 150 of them. I still have about probably 40 of them left, and 30 or 40 left, and so they're starting to sell again. So this is a cleat. Paid $10 for this, sold it for $20, but I bought a whole bunch of them. Was selling them for a little bit more, and then I dropped the price as the summer went on. How do I ship a blazer and at what cost? So that's the blazer that I just shipped. I don't have another one, but you can always go back on YouTube and Facebook and rewatch these anytime you want. But what I always do, I fold the buttons in and then I turn it sideways. So let's say this is a blazer. I fold the buttons in like that. I turn it sideways. I put the arm buttons, the cuff buttons in, and then I roll my blazers up. That way they don't really have creases. When they're rolled up, they'll come out and not have creases. That's what I do. But yeah, good morning, Momo. Yep, have a Ralph Lauren purple label sitting for over a month. Double-breasted, probably overpriced at suggestion. It's 100% wool and size 50. Is it a size? Okay, yeah, probably. Is it a size 50 or is it a size 40, Josh? What's the pit to pit? Because that could be key on that one. But also, how much do you have it listed for? So a double-breasted. All right, so let's talk about this. A double-breasted blazer by Purple Ralph Lauren. Purple Ralph Lauren, very expensive brand. We're going to see how much you have it listed for, but also that could be part of a suit. So if that has pinstripes, let me know. That could hurt the value because there were pants that go with that. And if it doesn't have pants that go with it, that's going to really, really affect the value if it has pinstripes or if it has a check. If it's a solid color, it should be okay. What's up, Tej? Good morning, Gretchen. Good morning, bro. What would you say your biggest expense for reselling you don't mind paying? My biggest expense for reselling, business expenses. Probably my storage unit per month is $100, but I don't even feel it. I don't even feel that hit anymore. I mean, it's $100 for my storage unit a month. It's $60 for eBay a month. I pay $90 for auto posture a month, but I don't really feel any of those, and they're all a write-off. So I don't really know. I guess my biggest hit is if I do some retail arbitrage and I spend like $400, $500 on retail arbitrage. That's kind of a bigger hit. So retail arbitrage can be very, very pricey, and you can feel that weight on your shoulders for a little bit, especially if you're a normal person and don't have a ton of money. Good morning. Do you have a suit video? I don't have a suit video, but I can answer whatever questions you have. Good morning, David. All right. Next item is a Tiger Woods, 2 Nike Tiger Woods polos, by the way, that we sold. This is a Tiger Woods golf polo. Again, Nike is probably my best-selling polo as far as like mainstream brands, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas. This is my best-selling polo, and this is a Tiger Woods. Whenever I find Tiger Woods in good condition, I pay $5 for them, and they sell decent. This sold for $21.99. Full asking price over on eBay. Paid $5 for it. Yes, 60 European good. All right, you got it, Josh. Have it listed for $279. No pants, no stripes. Check pattern. I believe the 60 European. Yes, you're right. 100%. So if the blazer is 60 European, he's got it right. It's a 50 US, which is a good size. It's a desirable size. My opinion, $279 is overpriced, I think. I think $279 is overpriced for that. If I had that blazer, I'd probably price it more at like $179 instead of $279 or $199. So if I don't know how long you've had it for and you haven't had any bites, I would definitely lower the price unless you just want to sit on it. So that's just up to you. But in my opinion, I think it's overpriced. How much money do you spend sourcing a month? It just depends. Honestly, I don't have. So it's also to people ask me my schedule. I try to stick to a schedule, but it can change. So for example, last week or the week before, Marshalls and TJ Maxx had that big sale. I spent more money than I usually do. When some of the other retail arbitrage places have a big sale, I've dropped thousands of dollars at those sales, which I wasn't intending to do, but I do. So I don't really give myself a budget or anything, and I don't necessarily pay. Like I'll pay whatever I need to pay. I don't have a budget. If I find a good deal, I'll just buy it. So yeah, that's what I do. If that answers your question. Sourcing though, right now I'm not sourcing a ton thrifting, so I probably only spend like $250 a week sourcing. My average cost of goods when I source is $5.25. Are you going to do a retail arbitrage haul video? So Brian, I actually did not get a ton of stuff from the TJ Maxx and Marshalls sale. Wayne did like a 2.5 day like tour of all of them, like near Florida, Orlando, Tampa area. K-Way shop. I did not. I just kind of stayed in Indy. So yeah, I didn't get that much stuff. I could literally just sit here and show you what I got, but I actually sold a couple pieces yesterday in my live. I sold a couple of those and show those off. Glenn, good morning. Found an Eton plaid button-down shirt at the thrift. Excited to list it. Let's go, Jen. Eton, that's a decent brand. And also, if you can find those in the all white or the tuxedo shirts, those do really well as well. Also, only paid $4 for it. Yeah, Josh. So if I had that purple label blazer, double-breasted, you paid $4 for it, I would definitely like give it a month, give it 2 months. I don't know how long you've had it listed for. And after that, if it hasn't sold, that's $4. You know, I'd be happy to get 150 out of whatever. I'm fine with that. Again, with a lot of those purple label, you're looking for a full suit for a lot of those, or like a gold button blazer, or like a silk or cashmere type of deal. Very high end. If it's 100% wool and it's just the top, 150, maybe 180. Cleaned up at TJ Maxx last night. Oh, last night, G4 Ralph Lauren, Marine Later, etc. Courtney. Okay, guys, people, I've seen so many posts like, oh, you know, everyone already went. I can't, there's nothing there. Courtney just said she went last night and cleaned up. G4, Marine Layer, Ralph Lauren, everything, etc. So there's still stuff there, and they bring out new inventory and mark that stuff down too. So just be cognizant. Go check it out. What's my Depop? I don't have Depop anymore. Do I sell that Jordan jersey? I do, but that's a Christmas present for my brother-in-law. He called me and he's like, or texted me. He's like, that's a pretty cool jersey you got there. I'm like, yeah. He's like, that'd be a great birthday present for a brother-in-law. Christmas present. I'm like, all right, I got you. So that's going to be going to my brother-in-law. Good morning, Momo. And also, yeah, I don't have Depop anymore. I got banned. I got banana from Depop. Do you count your purchases as expenses only after it sells or before? Honestly, Donna, I don't know how my CPA does it. All I do is give her all my inventory that has not sold, what that amounts to, and then everything how much I paid over the past year. So like all my credit cards from like TJ Maxx and all that stuff, and then I get all the inventory that I haven't sold, and I have a number, and I give that to her. She just wants all my numbers, so I'm really not sure. So you're kind of asking, do I get a write-off? Do I count my purchases as expenses only after it sells? I'm pretty sure after it sells is what it is, Donna. So let's say I buy a car for $10,000. I don't have to pay taxes on that or whatever on that until after it sells, right? So you can't count your purchases but it is an expense. So it's a $10,000 expense that I'm buying now, and then when it sells is when I'm going to have to write it off or whatever. So I would probably count it as an expense right now. I don't know how she does it. Sorry, it's not a good answer. Awful answer. Are you fighting to get Depop back? I did, Tej. I can tell you about it. So what happened with Depop, as we pack the next item, I'll talk about that in a minute. Happened with Depop is just like any of the other sites, I get my items and take them to the post office, they get scanned, they ship. So Depop, 3 different people, like over the course of a couple weeks, 3 weeks maybe, said they never received their item. And so there was a little button on Depop. I don't even remember what it looks like, what exactly it says, but it was like, here are your options. Refund the person, like on eBay, refund, whatever, or you shipped it. And I'd always click, I shipped it and whatever. And they're like, we'll communicate that to the buyer. Well, I did that 3 times. And on eBay, usually it updates the tracking and it takes the tracking and it shows it's delivered. Depop, none of that happened. I had 3 people do that. I said I shipped it, whatever. It tracked. And then one day, like last week, I got an email from Depop saying, you violated our terms. 3 people didn't get their items, and we've had to refund them, and you're indefinitely suspended off of Depop. I've argued with them. I've gone back and forth with them 4 different times. They will not let me back on. So it is what it is. I talked to K-Way last night. He had one yesterday. So he was kind of asking what would be like, he was asking like, what did I do? Because I must have handled it wrong. I honestly think Depop are a bunch of kids or young people buying stuff because we get a ton of offers on there. No one pays. I feel like the platforms does not respect the seller. For example, when Poshmark, you sell an item, it's immediate payment. eBay, they have to pay right away. You can click that option, or you give them 4 days. Depop is not that way. And then they kicked me off. I've been selling on eBay since 2001. Never had an issue with that. So got kicked off Depop. Fine with that. I don't want to deal. I'm kind of tired of dealing all the offers and everything anyways, and the low balls and people not paying. That drives me crazy anyway. So I'm fine with it. Like I said, I'm selling plenty on Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay anyway, so I'm fine with that. That's what happened. Is there any way to bulk lower prices on Autoposher? You have to go bulk order. You have to go within the platform to bulk order your prices. I'm pretty sure. So like on eBay to a bulk buy or whatever, I think you have to lower it through there. Good morning from Delaware. Good morning, but I'm not for sure. You could ask Autoposher on that one. You could ask Autoposher. So thanks for the follow, Raz. Good morning, Snap. Depop is infuriating. Sarah said, "What's up, Ethan? Ethan, I love Brad. I love Ethan. Ethan, I have some shoes I sold. Obviously I'm gonna think of you when I sold shoes. My husband's CPA and he counts all expense when I buy it. It's inventory. Vicky, that's what I do too. So that's what my CPA has me do. So like if I buy a really nice car, I'm a reseller, right? So I buy and resell stuff. If I buy a nice car, and I have the intentions to resell it the next year, which I did. I had an S2000. I bought it. It was an expense. And then I wrote that off. I had to pay the taxes when I sold it. So yeah, it's an expense when I bought it. So I'm getting to listing my haul of polos soon. I wanted your advice on how I should list them. Should I just do one variation listings with all patterns and sizes, or should I do a listing per pattern with different sizes? Or should a listing per pattern per size? David, remind me what the polos are. Let's say this, let's just go like this. Whatever it is, if it sells on eBay between like $12 and $15 for me, if it sells between $12 and $15 for me, and I have multiple of the same thing, I'll lot those up. I'll lot those up where it would cost the buyer $11 per item. So if I had 3, it'd be $33 is what I'd charge, like $32.99. Something like that. If those items sell for $20 a piece or something, I'd probably individually list them. What's up, Beverly? He says I should not try to explain. Yeah, there you go. I'm not going to try to explain it either, Vicky. I'm not going to try to explain it. What do you use for your cross-listing app? Autoposture, AB. Best cross-lister and automation tool out there. And K-Way said it. He was on live last night. I'd say the same thing with K-Way. Obviously, we do this and talk to a lot of people. So like Bindu, they reach out and list perfectly. All those platforms, they would pay me more to promote their platforms and pay me to even do videos for those platforms. And I'm not doing it. I'm getting paid less. Just a small affiliate fee is what, or affiliate kickback is what I get with Autoposture. So I get paid less for promoting Autoposture, but it's good. I would never promote anything that I wouldn't use or don't think is really good. I picked up Carbon and Cobalt button-up shirts before, but they don't sell at all for me. Yeah, Carbon and Cobalt has definitely gone downhill. What do you have those priced at, Mar? Are they short sleeve or long sleeve? Because long sleeves aren't going to be selling right now. I have a few over here that haven't sold. But those used to sell for like mid to high 20s, low 30s. I'm having to price those low 20s now. Ethan, everyone says Ethan. Ethan, you missed the Depop story second day in a row. This will be a short live. Go over to YouTube and follow me over there, and you can watch all my lives. You can watch it over there, and you can fast forward and skip to anything you want. Is it too late to list pre-owned children's clothes back to school? No, definitely not. When I tell people my kids went back to school, hey, Ethan, you're going to appreciate this. When I tell my people that my kids have gone back to school, they're like, what? That's crazy. Our kids don't go back till after Labor Day. So I don't think so. Here's an Argentina long sleeve Adidas authentic soccer jersey. There are a lot of, I would say there are more fake soccer jerseys than any other sport out there. And that's probably because it's the most popular sport in the world. But yeah, this is an Adidas authentic long sleeve jersey. This sold for a best offer of $85 and it's going international. So $85 for this jersey. I did a video on it. I believe I paid $5 for it. Maybe 10, but I think 5. Long sleeves are $19.95. Those should start selling. Long sleeves, $19.95. Those should start selling here like within the next few months, I would believe. For sure, especially if you have a good picture. Autoposture raised my sales by 80%. There you go. Love Autoposture. Jamie, Autoposture the best. Exactly. I'm not going to lie. Not only because it's a cross lister, everything's a cross lister. It also has the automatic delist, relist, or the automatic sales detection, or detect a sale and take it off. No other platform does that. Yes, Vindu does it, but you have to have your platform open. No one does that. They list their stuff and they leave. And then the automation stuff is like on Poshmark. I have no idea how to share my closet. I don't know any of that. It just does it for me. It's like I pay it to do all this work for me. That soccer jersey is pretty. Isn't it pretty, Ethan? I knew you'd appreciate it. It could have been better, but it's going overseas, so we're good with that. Ethan knows any item from eBay going overseas is pretty much 100% not going to be returned. Have you bought any of the yellow tag Tommy Bahama hats recently? I found 22 at Marshall's yesterday. Flag City, I haven't. I saw some of them. I believe a couple people bought a whole bunch of those. I know for a fact a couple people bought a whole bunch of those, but I didn't buy any. I didn't. They sell for $99 to $50. I have, David, $99 to $50. I have 60 polos, and they are 6 to 7 different patterns, sizes between small and 3XL on each pattern. If they sell for $49 or $50, you need to list those separately for sure. If something sells for $49 or $50 separately all day. Good morning from Delaware. What's up? Good morning from Delaware. I got kicked out of Mercari for the same reason. It was like, the reason was they didn't like that I was cross-listing. That is dumb. I know Mercari has their own little cross-listing thing now where you can import things. They probably want that. Let's see. Perfect. I need Autoposture to calculate cost of goods and be able to run reports. Donna, what you need to do, if you guys have questions with Autoposture or any type of recommendations, email them. So I just talk about what I do with Autoposture. Autoposture, if you pay for it, they work for you. Autoposture, you're paying for it. So you should email them and tell them some things that you would like, some suggestions, and then maybe whatever questions you have. So it's like they work for you. You need to ask them. What's up, Vanessa? I do love Autoposture. I know you do. But if there's always something. Someone yesterday said they wanted Facebook Marketplace to be added. So that's something you could message them. Just so you know, Vindu doesn't have to be open to automatically delist Autoposture. It's great too. Ethan, I've heard people have said that with Vindu, but I've heard that is not true by multiple people. Someone even showed me how it's not true. So I don't know why people are saying that, but I don't know. But if it is, great. Good morning. Where did you buy the Argentina jersey? That was just at Goodwill. I actually have a video of me buying it, or like a short. Autoposture customer service is great. Yeah, just email Autoposture. I've been getting a lot of offers. When I accept them, they disappear. What about that? What platform, Bravado? What platform is that on? Allen Edmonds shoes, $69.99 is what someone offered for them. I had them at $89.99. Someone offered them at $69.99. These are Allen Edmonds, just like sneakers. So really right now, or over the past few years, black leather sneakers with this white bottom have just been kind of popular. You can see I left it on there. I think it's a 9. So I paid $9 for those, 9 or 6 Allen Edmonds sneakers. I sold those for $69.99. My cost of good was so cheap, I didn't mind selling those for that price. I didn't mind selling those for that price. What's the cost to list through Autoposher? If you go to, I have a whole video on YouTube. You can watch that, or go to surfstopfinds.com. You get 7 days for free and $5 off through my link. I delete items from Mercari all the time because it cross and it sells. I think Mercari is going out. It could be. I don't know. Mercari is my third best platform now since I'm not selling on Depop. So, am I going to do any shopping lives today? No, not today. Probably tomorrow, though, Brian. Probably tomorrow. So pay attention around noontime. What's up, DC Flips? All right, so these were $9. Allen Edmonds black sneakers. I feel like I sold another pair of Allen Edmonds black sneakers like this recently. I could not find who made them because it did not say Allen Edmonds on the sole. It just had a Vibram. And then I found out later on who made them by looking up the style number on the inside. So that's what I did with those. So far on eBay, we've had a $100 sale, a 20, a 20, an 85, a 70. So pretty good eBay sales. That's what this time of year, starting to be this time of year is when we get those sales, ASP up, average selling price up, making sure those are going to the right buyer. They are, Andrew. And the next item is a good one too, $60. I bought these at the end. This was last January. So at the end of the Marshalls clearance event from the winter. So these are marine layer new tags from TJ Maxx Marshalls. I forget how much I paid for these, but they were really, really cheap. They're like joggers. Jogger pants, marine layer. I probably paid $20, no more. And they sold for $59.99. Allen Edmonds always sell well for you. Yep, they're a good brand. They are definitely a good brand, no doubt. What's up, Amy D? How many listings would be beneficial for Autoposher? What do you guys think in the chat? I'd say if you had 100 or more listings, I'd probably start cross listing, and using Autoposher. But if you were listing, also depends how many you list every day. If you're listing 2 items a day, I don't know if you need to have a cross lister. You could probably list those manually. You'll still save time with the cross lister. But if you're listing more items than that a day and you have over 100 items, I'd probably look into it. You can always cancel. It's like Netflix. You can cancel. You're not like married to it. So what happened with Depop Tundra? Go to YouTube and rewatch this video later. I talked about it earlier this morning. I just got kicked off. Have you ever had an issue with Mercari label that uses both UPS and USPS? I've never had an issue, but yes, they do use both. Mercari uses both, and I never had an issue with it. I just have to make sure I take it to the right location. All of these today are USPS, so I don't have to worry about that. On eBay, I put my set price for shirt shipping, and when they sold it, changed the priority, but it did not change, charge them more. What did I do wrong? Vicky, I'm not sure. That's never happened to me. I have 3. Do you have it where the buyer gets to select shipping? I don't have that. I choose how I ship it. I'm not sure what you have. So that's what I would say. What brand or item that you did not found yet and want to find? David, I want to find a CC Filson bag. I have never found a CC Filson bag. That is what, maybe that's what I would check. Check on that. See if you have them choosing how they want to ship it. I don't have that. But yeah, CC Filson bag. I know there are other things out there too. But yeah, Tom Ford. A Tom Ford something. Tom Ford anything. Tom Ford's like one of the highest end stuff. What is the best platform? The best platform to sell is eBay. For me, I sell more items on eBay. A platform has never outsold eBay, and I have all my items cross-listed to the other platforms, and none of those platforms have ever outperformed eBay in a day. None of them. I have 162, about 6 listings a day. Yes, I think Autoposher would be really good for you. People in the chat over there, what do you guys think would be better? I think Autoposher would be perfect for you. 162, 6 listings a day. you'll see more sales for sure. For sure. President or Vice President Harris announces running mate. There you guys go. You can go see who the vice president chose for their running mate for the elections this fall. Yeah. So I would do that again. You get $5 off using my link, and you get a 7-day free trial. Give it a month, see how it does, and then go from there. That's what I would do. UPS said they handed the package off to USPS, and they don't show that they have it. Chris, that's weird. I don't know. So did you drop a USPS item off at UPS? I don't know. I always just take my items to USPS and then my items to UPS. And then FedEx if it's an eBay-like authentication shoe. Just picked up vintage G1 Transformers and original boxes. So excited. Let's go. Retro toys. Let's go. Generation 1 is what you're talking about, right? In original boxes. That is, how do you find that stuff still? Like, how does that stuff still exist? Yes, plus she probably would able to list more. Yep. You'll be able to list more. Everyone thinks, yeah. So let's go. G1, is that what that is? Generation 1? Not who I thought she'd pick. UPS, what'd you say, Queen of Vinyl? What'd you pick? I don't know if I saw your comment. UPS sure post packages will start at UPS and then handed to the post office. Gotcha. USPS has a new service, starts with the UPS and delivers to actual address. UPS delivers it to the address. Yeah, that's I don't know. All right, Generation 1. I don't know about that. I haven't had it. Yes, Ethan, I know. Cross-listing. Ethan's really the reason I started cross-listing or really got like wanting to cross-list. And he didn't say I was stupid, but I could tell he was like, you really need to do it, was Ethan Banks. When I went down to Florida, he was like, dude, you got to cross-list. And I was looking into getting Vindu. I was talking to Vindu and everything when I got back. And then Auto Posture came out with theirs, so I tried that one. And it's been awesome. When did you get Indad on eBay? Are you responsible for covering the shipping and return label? What do you spell that out for me? I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. Do you have a booth? Would you consider getting one? I don't have a booth. Like a booth? Like a what would you call that? Antique booth? I don't know. If that's what you're talking about, flea market booth, I don't have one. This is an untuck it short sleeve gingham check. So if you ever find a check like that, that's gingham check. This is navy blue and white. I actually did an oopsie doopsie on this one. What I did with this one, I listed it as black and white check, black and white gingham check. So when I got it out to ship, I noticed it wasn't black and white when I was looking at the listing. So I messaged the buyer. I said, hey, it's actually navy and white. Would you like a refund or would you like me to go ahead and send out the shirt? And they said, no problem. Those colors are just fine. Please send the shirt. So item is not described. Okay. When you get an item that's not described on eBay, are you responsible for covering the shipping return label? Yes. Yep. If you get a request and they say items not as described and you think it is, you still have to do the return label. But once you get it back, you can escalate it with eBay. Or, you can escalate it with eBay, try to get that shipping back, or just eat it. I usually just eat the cost. I was just looking at my return rate. My return rate is like 2.6% rate of returns, and almost all of them are does not fit. So every once in a while, I'll get that not as described. I just don't want to upset the buyer, so I don't argue with them or anything like that. I just say, okay, no problem, return it. Sorry about that. And then if you do have a dispute, if it was expensive, like I don't know, $16, $20 shipping, you're gonna eat it both ways, then you can maybe dispute that with eBay. Can you sell dupes on eBay, like fake things? I don't think so. My BC suit, $8, fine, sold for $400 last week. Dang, Bluey Bell. I'm not gonna pronounce it. Brunello Cucinelli. That is probably one of the top end brands. Like under Tom Ford, higher than Zegna, all that. Megatron, Optimus, and Jeffrey, Generation 1. Megatron and Optimus. That's awesome. Actually, I say, who still has that stuff? I have all my original boxes to Power Rangers, but I know those were even before that. So these are from like 93, 94. I have all the original boxes, but I played with the toys hard. A consignment booth? I don't. I do not have a consignment booth. What's up, Peach? I do not. All right. Let's go Depop. 3 orders on Depop. 3 orders on Depop. They weren't really great, but hey. So I got this Carhartt shirt. I don't remember how much I bought it for. I'm guessing I bought it for $5. This Carhartt shirt, bought it for $5. Looked up comps. It wasn't great. Sold it for $10, but it was on Mercari, so I don't get a fee on that. So I doubled my money. I was just bragging the other day about no returns. Now I have 3. All do not fit. Okay, that's fine. All do not fit. Whatever. I have an item down here that was returned to. You're good. They pay for that. That's not on you unless you have 3 returns. But yeah, it's okay. Now I just bragged about it, so I didn't jinx myself. I'm gonna knock on wood. The desk is wood. I don't actually sell any clothing. I'm all hard goods, but gonna sprinkle a bit in clothing. Okay, so you guys know I thrift all the time with a bearded thrifter. He sells a ton of hard goods, and we talk about those things sometimes as well. He does not do free returns. I don't know how he gets by with it, but he doesn't do free returns. When he told me that, I'm like, what? He doesn't do returns in general, like no returns. But sometimes they get it. If they said it's not as described, eBay will side with the buyer. So yeah, when you're selling a hard good, like let's say, guys, we sell a crock pot. I know those don't sell, but whatever, crock pot, and you're shipping it. You're paying a lot of money to ship that thing. So if they say it's not as described, you could be out, $30 one way and $30 the other way. Hey, from Chicago. What's up, Cat from Chicago? What's up, Cat from Chicago? Here's a pair of Lululemon shorts. Just a regular pair of shorts. They're blue. I sold them for $20. $17. I sold them for $17. I had them listed for $20. They just aren't selling like they used to. I think it's because the market is just saturated. They've made so many of these. I've been selling Lululemon since I started reselling. Viore is a newer brand. There's not as many out there. So Lululemon, it just depends on the make and model. It depends on what it is. But the more casual wear clothes just don't sell as well for me. What's the best thing you have found in pockets? I found 1,100 gold chain yesterday. Are you serious? I feel like someone else came in and said they found $1,100 something. Was that you yesterday? I have just found over time, I found probably just over $100 in cash. So it'd be like a $5 bill and a pair of shorts. Blazers are where I found like $20 bills and stuff like that, but never any jewelry or any $100 bills or anything like that. How do you balance doing this by yourself? It's a lot. It is, Bonnie. It is a lot. You can probably tell I have a lot of energy. But having been a teacher, I think really helps you understand how to multitask and balance and schedule and everything, because you're doing that all day long with the kids. You're dealing with behaviors, time, how much you have to teach them in that amount of time during that period. You're doing that 8 different times a day. So I feel like that has really helped me because I was always on every single day, all day long as a teacher. So that has helped me. But social media definitely takes up a lot of time, and I don't get paid it's probably like $1 per hour, $2 or $3 per hour is what I would get paid in social media. So it's probably not the best use of my time, but I like doing it. It's a job where you don't talk to a lot of people, so I like talking to you guys, help people out. But yeah, I just try to find a balance. And the biggest thing I'd recommend is just bust stuff out. So if you're going to take pictures, don't have a distraction. If you have 20 pictures you're going to take those 20. Don't go and watch a show. Don't get on your phone and look at TikTok. Don't watch me. Maybe listen to me in the background or listen to someone else in the background. But get those pictures done and then take a break, a 10-minute break, and then list those pictures. So just try not to get distracted. This is a Tiger Woods blade collar. I talk about blade collars all the time. Love finding blade collars and selling them. This sold for $48. $48 on Mercari. So this sold for $48 on Mercari. Had 60. They took a best offer. I took a best offer of 48. At the bins, are there people that just go? There are people that just check pockets. That's smart. Why not? And I know one of our Goodwill stores, maybe, I don't know, maybe like 14 years ago. It was a while ago before I started reselling clothing. One of the Goodwills here in Indy got in big trouble. They were on the news because the people in the back were stealing money and stealing jewelry. So, I mean, I'm sure, they're going to find money in pockets and stuff, and it's going to end up in their pocket. Do you have a Goodwill outlet near you? Yep. Just like, yeah. So we're talking about the bins. I have like 3 in Indy, maybe 2 or 3. I think 3, but I don't go to them. The ADHD helps a lot, to be honest. Yes, NL. If you guys don't, I definitely probably have ADHD. Where's my baby? She's in her, I'm right here, girl. I'm right here. She's in her crate. She's in her crate. I always check pockets. Yeah. I take a lot of pictures every Saturday and then post throughout the week. Perfect. I do the same thing. I just take a ton of pictures. I don't talk about this. I haven't talked about it. So if you're new, joining me in the past, I don't know, month, I haven't talked about it. I do everything from my phone. So I take all my pictures from my phone. I list from my phone. I answer questions from my phone. I do everything from my phone. The only thing I don't do from my phone is talk to you guys and do my shipping. That's the only thing I don't do from my phone. Good morning, Brittany. What the heck is up with buyers and their lowball offers? Seems like everyone is dealing with it more and more. I agree. Depop was the worst. I'm glad I haven't had that issue anymore with Depop. But yeah, lowball offers. I have gotten a lot of them in. So here's an example of the shoe didn't fit. These are Alden shoes. They didn't fit. I literally just went out to my car this morning and got them because I just had them returned. Like, I don't know, Thursday I had them returned. I relisted them. They sold that quick again for $80. So Alden shoes, sold them for $80. They still have $6 on the bottom. $6 on the bottom. So yeah, those sold. Again, I love using this paper right here. It's great. Goodwill puts some items on eBay now. Do they? So our Goodwills have, well, a lot of them do. Shopgoodwill.com. It's their version of eBay. Shopgoodwill.com. It's a auction site, and you can do buy it now there too. And anything Goodwill gets in good. So, for example, I make videos, and everyone's like, "Oh, you're stealing from the poor and everything." That's the stuff that gets by. Goodwill's the one taking all the good stuff and putting it online. And you got a lot of you guys know that. But yeah, that's what happens. You're doing great. I'm proud of you. Thanks, Felix. Look, I even put packing paper in the box with the shoes. I know you're so proud of me. Ethan is too, if you're watching still. When selling clothing with measurements included and no return policy and the buyer states does not fit, would that what would you do? The buyer states does not fit. And you don't have a return policy? If you don't have a returns policy and doesn't fit, I bet eBay would side with you. If you don't have a returns policy, you put the measurements in there, and it says they do not fit, I'm sure that eBay would side with you. Pretty sure. What's up, Trisha? Trisha, long time no see. Long time to see Trisha. Trisha coat or hangers, flat lay hangers, but she's probably out of them. Good morning, Terry. Goodwill is so petty. Oh, it's so petty. I mean, I love Goodwill. They've done lots of things for my students. I obviously source from there and everything. But yeah, they take all the good stuff. In fact, there are some Goodwills in my town where the managers will like come over and be like, "What'd you get? What'd you get? I want to see what you got." So they want to know like what I got, so they know what to take and put on shopgoodwill.com. It's like, come on. You're so positive. Have a great energy. Kat, thanks. That's what we do around here. There's no reason not to have positive energy. No, I've been working and I pop in when I can. Yep, I know, Trisha, you do. I hear enough from you in the group chat. I know you hear more inappropriate things though, right? So if there weren't like anybody in here, right when I popped on, these sold on Poshmark. So I went ahead and printed the label out. These are Prana, and they have these little carabiner sewed into them, little embroideries all in there. So these sold for, shoot, I didn't even put those down. They sold for like 20 bucks. I think they sold for around 20 bucks. Paid $3.99. Let's see. eBay will side with the seller. That happened to me a few times. I declined the return request. There you go. Snapdab will decline it. So if you don't have returns and they said it doesn't fit and you provided the measurements, Snap declined the return and eBay sided with the seller, Snap. So yeah, I would decline it, and if they have an issue with it, eBay will support you. How do Zegna suits do for you? I found 3 recently. It just depends on the style, and it depends on how old it is, and it depends on the pattern. Those are the three things that really, the style, how old it is, the pattern, and the fabrics. Like, does it have cashmere or linen or silk? So you should do fine if you paid like 10 bucks or less. But yeah, that's what I would say. That's what I would say. I actually sold, I don't have it down here. It should be here in this Poshmark aisle or Poshmark pile. A Zegna. It's a Z Zegna. So on the tag, it just says Z. The top of it says Z. It's just a zip windbreaker. It says Z. I knew it was a Z Zegna. So it's like they're sporty. These are loudmouth shorts. They are actually patchwork loudmouth shorts. There you go. That's what the inside looks like. Super easy to find loudmouth shorts because they're loud. They have crazy colors. These sold for $30 over on Poshmark. I'm actually going to fold these in with the buttons, and then I will fold them over like that. Sold on Poshmark. What's up, Andrew? Bicycle shirts and pants have been selling well, surprisingly, even the basic ones. But yeah, like jerseys, like cycling jerseys, those sell really, really well. I love selling cycling jerseys. I'll always say this, though. Try not to get ones that have like local benefits and local charity type things on them. You want to get brewing companies or like USA ones, stuff like that, or vintage ones, Rolling Stones, stuff like that. I've waited to find out to get prices at the off the bottom. Oh, I have to find a way to get prices off the bottom. I have a lady wanting a partial refund because she thinks the shoes should have been $7.99, like marked on the bottom. So there are a couple different ways. I talked about a little bit this yesterday. So if this is a shoe right here, and you have the $10, $7.99 on the bottom, you can take rubbing alcohol, you can take Goo Gone. A million people have different ways to do it. I don't take it off, but if you want to, I know Ethan does it too. You can actually just put a circle. You can just, I don't know how big it is, but if it's small like they do on ours, you can just like do a square or circle with the Sharpie that matches that color. And it just looks like a little circle or box Sharpie on the bottom. It doesn't say the price, but that's not their problem. You showed the picture of the bottom of the shoes. That's on them. If they saw the shoes in the pictures and it says $7.99, they should have thought at that time, I don't want to buy it. All right, well, good luck finding one for $7.99. I'm the one that did the work to find them. So good luck finding those. But no, I would not give her any extra money or anything. If you took a picture of the bottom of the shoes and it says $7.99, that's on them. Sorry about you. And if they leave a negative feedback, eBay will probably 100% side with you because you showed pictures. How do you get a hold of eBay because buyer had an issue and you feel you are right? You can start a case with that item. So if you have an item where there's an issue, you can, I forget, you have to do it from a desktop, I think, or a laptop and start a case. Selling since 2001, that's awesome. How'd you get started? I will tell you that how I did. Sales are picking up, Chase. Sales are picking up. Magic Eraser works best, someone said. Yes, the brewing company ones do well on the jerseys. What does your storage unit setup look like? I do have, if you look at my shorts on TikTok or on wherever you are, I have a video of me and my storage unit. So you'll see what it looks like. I show the inside of it. It's very organized. It's totes, just totes organized. I tell them it's your inventory or something. Yeah. So on the bottom of your shoe, it says $7.99. You'd be like, no, that's my inventory number. I have it in booth or bin 7, and it's the 99th shoe in there. It wasn't $7.99. So, and it's no one's business how much you pay for stuff. That's stupid. I use Everclear. Okay, Vanessa uses Everclear to get off. See, I told you there's 1,000 ways people will say there's different ways to get it off. Bush Mama, I would just say that's my stocking number. Yeah, that's what people are saying. Say it's your stock or like what you had it in your inventory. All right, what was the question? Yeah, 2001. So I started eBay in 2001. I didn't really sell much until about 2003. 2004, when I was a junior and senior in high school, is when I started like, oh, I can make decent money. My dad did estate sales. My dad was always a hustler from day one, always. In fact, I used to sell candy. He used to buy candy for me in middle school at CVS. I would take it to school and sell it out of my book bag, 3 for $1, and I'd sell them at school for $1 a piece. So I learned really early on, like buying and reselling because of him. And then in high school, he did estate sales. So they didn't know how to do internet. So eBay was just kind of getting big and everything. And I already was on it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start selling stuff kind of heavy. So I got into antiques and collectibles, and through college and high school. And then after college, when I got into teaching, I would do eBay. And it was never clothing. It was always like antiques, collectibles, sports cards, anything like that. Books, all that sort of stuff. And I also did retail arbitrage when I was at Purdue. I would go and get Toomey luggage at Marshall's. They would have Toomey luggage. I would buy it when it was on clearance, and then I would sell it on eBay and ship it to the people. Or could you use an extra 9 to make it $79.99? There you go, Snap Dabble. Yeah, put an extra 9 in there. If you don't want to take it off, put an extra 9 in there. Put $79.99 or $179.99, and then they look like they got a really good deal. Got negative feedback for an item lost in shipment. Called eBay hoping to get it removed. Hopefully, Chase, you can get that removed. You need a file claim with the post office. If you have that tracking number, if it's being tracked, Chase, if they scanned it in and it's being tracked, that should be an issue with USPS and then with eBay. And then also tell the guy, maybe work something out with the guy where you can tell it hasn't gotten to him. You can work something out with them to remove that feedback. I always try to work out with the buyer how to remove feedback. Love selling to me still. I do too. Do you only resell on eBay or do you cross list? Ian, I cross list. I use Autoposher. I cross list on all platforms. So I sold 8 on eBay, 3 on Mercari, and 5 on Poshmark last night. And this is, well, I have to get that Zegna blazer, but this is the final thing I sold on Poshmark. They are 3 figs lotted. So yesterday I talked about some lotted shirts that I did. These are 3 lotted items. So these are all figs, size small, women's, the same exact shirt, just 3 different colors. I decided to lot them up, and that's how they sold. They sold on Poshmark for $40. These are $3.99 a piece, and they sold for $40. I'm heading Goodwill now, and we'll be listening to some bolos. Let's go. Yep, that's what I'm here for. I'm giving you all these bolos. Look in the scrub session for figs. There's money to be had there. What is the one thing you thrifted was too good, you decided to keep it yourself? If you've seen my eBay room or like my antiques room, there's a jersey that I got framed, and it says Indians on it. It's from like the 40s, I believe, or tried to date it. It's from the 40s, and it's from an Indiana high school. And Indiana basketball is just so known. It's like in our blood. Indiana basketball, Hoosiers, the movie, everything. I found that at Goodwill. I thought that was so cool. Didn't look up the value or anything. It just fit perfectly in that room. So I had it. I didn't want to sell it. And then also jerseys. Like I collect champion jerseys from when I grew up, like Charles Barkley, Reggie Miller, Michael Jordan, all that sort of stuff. These are going to go out priority because it's going out on Scrubs. Yeah, on Poshmark. Figs does really well for me. Yeah. So you guys watched me yesterday. I packed up 2 pants of figs, and then here's some shirts of figs. So yeah, figs sell well. I mean, I'm not making a ton of money. They're $3.99. So what did I have? $12 into them, and I sold it for $40. So 12 into 40, and then Poshmark takes their 20%. Do I promote? Good morning, Jennifer. I actually only promote a couple things. You messaged them with no response. Huh. You tried to make it right. Yeah, I don't know. Chase. I would just keep at it with USPS. Go to the post office and talk to someone at the post office with it. And then, yeah, But I have a feeling you can probably get that negative feedback removed. You have 30 days. So 30 days, get on it. One of my sales from last week was thermometer cufflinks that I bought for $10 at a garage sale. So for 135 plus shipping, feedback received, and positive feedback. Nice. Dang. See, that's what you get with garage sales, guys. $10 and 135. You cannot beat that. Are figs you still think a good pickup generally? Jamie, it just depends how much you pay for them. I pay $3.99. So if they don't have any stains or spots or anything on them for $3.99, I still pick up figs. Yep. Also sold a Worth baseball bat that I bought at the same garage sale for $5, sold for $200 on Marketplace. Let's go. I'm a very part-time reseller. There you go. That's all you need. A little bit of extra money to pay some bills. Are you got any Bobby Knight autographs? Andrew, I have probably come across 50 to 100 Bobby Knight autographs. 50 to 100. So my dad did estate sales, and so many of them were IU fans, and people who passed away who were maybe big fans in the 80s and early 90s. So they would have like whole basements or everything, all IU, and like everyone had a signature from Bobby Knight. He signed a ton of stuff. But I went to Purdue, so I have no interest in that. I use my iPad to take all my pictures, but then my phone to update and answer questions. Yep, that's great. I haven't used my iPad to take pictures. That's not a bad idea, especially with the stand. You could be really like, it would be the same every time. Can't get clothing to move than eBay. Any suggestions? If you have an eBay store, run some sales, send out offers. That's what I would do. Run sales, get out offers. Make sure you're picking up the right things for the right price. That works every single time. You pick up the right items and list them for the right price, competitively or under market, really competitively, you'll sell that item. I've had to call USPS and a case number for a postmaster to follow up on. There you go. Do you ever pick up free clothing from Marketplace? No, I don't. Because a lot of times it's not really good clothing. I don't like, early on, I learned I better not pick up items that might sell or whatever, because that stuff just ends up at the bottom of the death pile, or it stays in my bins listed and people aren't buying it. I really try to pick up only good items and sell it for cheap. For a business that sources used clothing from thrifts, how many items in your store would you say a good number at making a full-time income? Okay, so you were specific on used clothing. So if you're selling just used clothing, to make a full-time income, let's say a full-time income compared to a teacher, so $55,000 a year is what I was making when I left. I don't think it's not a number. It's how many items you sell a day. I would say for me, I sell 1 to 2% of my store, which is 14 to 20 items a day is what I want to aim for. And then I have to sell my items for $10 or more each item. So that's what I would do. If you sell 10 items a day for $20 profit, that would be a good full-time income. And remember, eBay is 24/7 all year long. Quality versus quantity. Yep, I believe, Desiree, I'm with you. Quality versus quantity. So I've gotten a couple times I picked up stuff from Facebook Marketplace. I've gotten some really good. There you go. So that's something to look up. So she's saying, do you ever get free stuff from Facebook Marketplace? If you don't have a lot of money for sourcing or time, maybe while you're at work, schedule a pickup on Facebook Marketplace. Hey, I'll come and pick this stuff up, and they might say like first come first serve. Say I'll even give you $5. Like if you just leave it out for me, I'll come pick it up. I promise. So that is a good way to possibly source. If you're at work and you can't go to thrift stores, maybe look at work. When you're at your computer, you can do a little tech, looking on Facebook Marketplace for free items. It's an idea. Yeah, they're selling at least 1% of your store per day is a good metric to go by. Thanks. Yeah. So a lot of people have said some people say it's not. I won't. There's some people out there that say like, oh, don't look at your day. And I can see that. I always tell people when in doubt, zoom out. So if your sales aren't really good today, zoom out at your week, then zoom out at your month and see what it looks like. But I would say, I like to look at my daily. I like to look at how much I sell daily. And I also try to list that daily. So I try to list 1 to 2% of my store daily. So I like to list 12 to 24 items daily, 14 to 28 items daily. Is what I try to do. So both ends. I just have not hit up their stores. I mostly get everything from the bins. There you go. So perfect. That's a perfect way. I think that's a great. I think you just taught us a great way to maybe source if you don't have a lot of money to source or you don't have time to go to thrift stores. Facebook Marketplace, free items, and pick it up on your way home from work. I would say at least 3 or 4 times per day. I would list. I would say list at least 3 or 4 times per day. Yeah, for sure. And having auto posture actually is a helper because it delists, relists. So eBay thinks you're listing brand new items every single day. So it keeps eBay active. But yeah, that if I didn't have auto posture, I would list new inventory every day and have a draft bank. But since I have auto posture and it lists every single day, whenever I have listings, I don't keep them in a draft bank. I just list them. If I have 20 today, I list them all today. And then tomorrow, I might not have anything because I'm thrifting. That's fine. Auto Posture's listing 17 items that eBay thinks are all brand new. So that's what I do. I actually don't list very consistently, working on that. Hey, I'm the same way. We're a busy life. Life is busy. How do you like Depop? I got kicked off Depop. And I am going to kick myself off of here because I've got to take pictures. This is a big picture day. Got kicked off of Depop. If you're wondering how, I talked about it earlier 2 different times. You can go back and watch it over on YouTube. So that gives you a reason to go watch some of the lives on YouTube and listen to stuff in the background. So there you go. I'll see you guys later. I got to go. Have a good day. Get some good sales. Peace, everybody. Hey, I am going to go live thrifting tomorrow, midday. So count on it.